And it's cool to listen to all the different ways something can be played. Okay, it's dark and there's a glare on my screen. This will not end well. Where am I going? Okay, I found myself. Find yourself. I'm 3 episodes into this game and I'm already quoting Jak 2. That's not a good sign. Okay, so here are the eco collectors. This is green eco van because, you know, same as Sage of Green eco. And you can be really cheap and come back here to refill your health whenever you want. That's what the green eco vents do. Fills your entire health bar and gives you an extra 50 in case you get hit anyway. Here, let's down straight. I didn't really have a say in the matter, but you see how my 50 went all the way down to 1 and then 4 after I collected the eco? You just walk in and you get full health. Oh, whoops, I thought Samus was going to say something there. But yeah, we fulfilled that mission and we got a power cell. As, you know, this is always what's going to happen.
Finally decided to unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
And that is some epic foreshadowing right there, the village rat problem part. Oh, whoops. Because as some of you might be aware, there's a spin-off game for Daxter, which is, you know, creatively titled Daxter. And in the game, he's actually an exterminator. So, I can't imagine that they had that planned out. Yes, and I was going to mention that. They're the poles you saw, up, oh, hey, I got it from the side. There are those poles you saw up above, and you can punch them up, like, if you crouch and then do the uppercut. I think I mentioned that a while ago. How to do the uppercut, that is, not that you can do the uppercut. But you can punch the poles up, and it'll allow you to access a place that we saw a minute ago that Samus was still talking during. Yes, steampunk technology. What a wonderful world. So, see, log, which, okay, it's that direction. Oops. Scout flag. We have got 4, and there's another one over there, so we're gonna have 5 shortly. You know, I don't have anything that's too pressing to talk about right here, so there was one part of the the very first episode, actually, that sparked a memory that I wasn't able to blather on ad nauseum about, so I'm going to take the chance to here. There was Samus's opening monologue, I have asked the plants, but the plants do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall, / even the rocks do not recall. But my brother, he recently started up a Dungeons and Dragons campaign and suckered me into it. And halfway through, he started quoting Samus at me, and I was just amazed that he actually remembered that line, because he's not, you know, known for his memory of things like that. Let's try to clear out the ground here before going anywhere else. Maybe it's like they pop out of their shells and then you can attack them.
Let's buzz them for kicks.
That's me and Daxter. It must be that they pop out of their shells and then you can grab them, or not grab them, punch them. Because I always had trouble with that. That's good to know. Just 10 years after the fact, I learned that you can punch crabs. That sounds a lot meaner than it is.
Let's do it again!
And speaking of mean things, this seems pretty mean, but there's actually a reward for doing this, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit weird the way it's pulled off, but it's oddly satisfying. You'll see. Here. Seagulls. There's a seagull. There's seagulls. Okay, there it is. So how did the seagulls trigger an avalanche? The world will never know. I have to respect them for that, though.
Let's check it out.
Bird brains, they may be, but power in numbers, you know? I'm gonna have to remember that. And my X button is sticking on this controller, and I don't know why. So if you see funky jumps like that, it's sometimes because my controller is not being the best. I'm just creating excuses for myself. Because I played through this entire game with this controller, like last year, actually. Yes, thank you, Daxter. And I wasn't, you know, I was able to do it just fine. It was still sticking, but I wasn't having nearly the trouble that I'm, you know, putting on right now. There's more stuff on top of those monument type things. I'm just looking behind them first because I remembered there was stuff behind one. So, seagulls. We are going to the top of this monument. I'm just narrating what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I should have something interesting to talk about. Do I have something interesting to talk about? Dungeons and Dragons. If anyone's not, you know, already put off by that. We just started, like, last Sunday, I believe. Sunday, Saturday. Oh, there's the power cell. Power cell! And we had to create our characters, which took, like, 2 hours. And we went from, I believe it was 4 o'clock to 11 at night. It was actually surprisingly fun. And we just got the weirdest cast of characters. I was the odd man out because the group was composed of my brother, the Dungeon Master, the Dragon Master. Yes, Drake the Dragon Master, no. What am I doing? Flood egg. Okay. So there's one more thing to do in Sentinel Beach for now. My brother, the Dungeon Master, his best friend, Skronk Bashful, so named because he bashes people on the head, not because he's, you know, shy, who is a dwarf. I don't understand the stat changes just yet because we just started. My brother's girlfriend and another person, another one of my brother's friends, I assume. And it's just, it's kind of weird, but I like where it's going. We spent 45 minutes debating whether we should go left or right, and we pushed a boulder in front of a door, and, you know, generally made a mess of. We made easy decisions hard, basically. And I admit that some of the boulder stuff is my fault, because I'm a halfling hobbit thing. It's a cleric, priestess of the Church of the Incredibly Round Boulder. It's fantastic. My holy symbol is either a rock or a circle. The jury's still out on that. But you might notice that I said priestess. My halfling is an IL, so I happened to get assigned the female warrior token, I believe. And if all of this is just gibberish, I don't even understand half of it myself. I'm still really new to everything. Where am I going? Let's just get back to the game. Why am I talking about Dungeons and Dragons when I can be talking about this? Should have gotten this. Oh, Scoutfly, is it? Did I forget the one in Zeb's house? Yep. That was really pathetic. Like I said, always forgetting Scoutflies right and left and right, and I will avoid singing because the Runaway guys have already covered that. I'm not even going to make a secret of it. I am a huge fan of the Runaway guys, both as a group and individually. They're awesome. And they're actually a large part of my inspiration. Like, I saw... Yes, this is the Forbidden Jungle. It wasn't spoiled too far in. But they're a huge part of my inspiration because, just this last fall, like, right after summer, actually, I was looking up, what was it? For some reason, I was looking up a Luigi's Mansion, walkthrough. And it wasn't because I don't know the game, because I do know the game pretty darn well. It's, that it actually is... That's my Ocarina of Time, if you believe that. That's the game that I have the most fond memories of, like, as a little girl. And it's so pathetic, but I just love it. But I came across Chuck Conroy's Luigi's Mansion LP, and oh crud, I'm already into 23 minutes or 22 minutes. You know, I really need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Well, I suppose we're going to shut things down here on a belated note, because any further and my computer's probably going to explode. So we'll head into the Forbidden Jungle after this. We've already got 3 of our missions. We know sort of what's going on. And I'll blather on about the runaway guys later. So join us next time for more Precursor Legacy. This has been TCA. I'm out.